Hey, what's going on, guys? McSkillet here with another CSGO video, and today we've got a pretty special one because this is actually pretty much what every McSkillet inventory update has led to. I've actually completely finished my CSGO inventory now, and I'm going to be showcasing everything in the loadout style, so I think you guys will really like this video. And also for this video, I'm going to give away 3 M9 Dopplers if you would like, comment, and subscribe as always. But yeah, let's get into the video. So I'm going to start out on pistols, and first off we've got the CZ Auto, and I've actually got the Crimson Web Stat Track Factory New with the Reason Hollow on it, so pretty much an endgame CZ. And then my other CZ skin is a Souvenir Factory New Nitro. Of course, the Nitro rarely ever comes Factory New. It's actually got the Edward signature as well, and it matches my USPS skin that you'll see later. And here we actually have my Desert Eagle Blaze with the iBuyPower Hollow on it. And I got the skin for only like $200, and now I believe it's worth over $1,000. And that's kind of why I'm not really putting prices on this video. I'll try to talk about any ones that I know specifically, but the price of all my items have changed so much that I really just don't even know a lot of them at this point. And here's the Deagle skin that I actually usually use now. It's one of the sickest in the game by far. Stat Track Factory New Crimson Web with 4 different Katowice 2014 hollows on it, as you can see there. And onto the dualies, we got the Souvenir Cobalt Quartz Factory New with the Reason foil on it from Katowice 2014. Very few foil skins from those souvenirs. And my other dually skin is actually a really low float one. Of course, the lowest you can get on this is 0.06. These are Black Limba, Stat Track Factory New from the same collection as the Fire Serpent, the Bravo collection, so pretty rare. And then on to my 5.7, this is actually a Stat Track Factory New 5.7 Blue Gem. It's a tier 1 pattern. Obviously there is better patterns, but very few in Factory New. And from another 5.7, we actually got another one of the Souvenir Katowice 2014 foil skins. Obviously that's not an applied sticker, it actually came with that, so very, very uncommon, but pretty sick looking. And Glock Fade, we got a full faded Glock with the crown foil on it. I believe it's got like a 0.01 float, nothing too insane, but the fade percentage is really good on this one. And then from other Glock, we got the Glock Knight Souvenir Factory New with the Taco MLG Columbus stickers. I have a lot of MLG Columbus skins because I actually went to that one. And here is my P2000 skin. This has to be like the coolest P2000 skin in the game. It's actually got the Souvenir Katowice 2014 iBuyPower foil, which there's very few of that, and this is even Factory New too. And then my other P2000 skin, also really insane. I believe this is the lowest float for Titan Hollow Stat Track Factory New Ocean Foam. So that's another pretty sick skin. And P250 skin, gotta go with the All Stars Nuclear Threat Minimal Wear with the Get Right signature, also from MLG Columbus. I have a lot of skins from that, like I said. And from other P250, this is actually, I believe it was the lowest float at one point. If I have like a top float one, I'm going to put the float on screen. This is the Modern Hunter, and obviously you can't go much lower than that. And for my R8 Revolver, this is actually a full fade Stat Track Factory New R8 Revolver fade. And this also has a super low float. It's one of the best ones out there, so that's pretty sick as well. And the other R8 is a Souvenir Amber Fade Factory New, which is probably the most valuable R8 skin, but honestly none of the R8 skins are really worth anything anymore, so nothing too insane. But for the Tech 9, we got another All-Star skin. Of course, all the All-Star skins are super rare. There's only one match played where you can get those, and here's the Tech 9 with the Shroud signature. Pretty sick. And from other Tech 9, this is just a super low float Stat Track Factory New Tech 9 Avalanche, which I think is one of the best looking Tech 9s and a cool one to get in a low float, I guess. But for the USPS, I actually crafted this. There's a video on my channel. It's one of my crafting rare skins videos. I also put the crown foil on it, but I got this in a really low chance trade up, and it's got a super nice top. And for my other USPS, I really like the skin. I actually gave this to Edward to use, and he put some name tag on it, so that's kind of cool as well. But it's got a super low float, and it's got Edward's signature on it, pretty sick. And here is another really unique skin. I recently made a video on it, but it's the Hydroponic with 4 of the Reason hollows on it, and actually has a 0.420 float, which is pretty funny. And here is my AK-47 skin. This is the most expensive skin in my inventory when it doesn't come to knife. Actually, this might even be worth more than my knife, but it's I think I paid like 12K for it. It's the #1 float, #1 pattern AK-47, the only Scar pattern one with a 0.01 float, so pretty end game AK-47. And here's some other AK skins for all the main weapons like M4, AWP, AK. I've actually got 4 different skins for each one, and then all the other weapons in the game, I've got 2 different skins, but this is a skin I really like. It's the AK Jaguar. You've probably seen this in so many of my videos. It's got a pretty low float, Stat Track Factory New, and has the Pink Panther sticker placement. Pretty sick. And for the AUG, I've actually got the AUG Akihabara, one of the lower float ones. I believe one of my friends offered it to me for pretty cheap because he was trying to sell it, and thought I might as well pick it up. And here is the Stat Track Factory New Og Bengal Tiger. Pretty much the only other rare Og skin, because doesn't come Stat Track Factory New too often. But for the op, here's the Souvenir Pink DD Pat Factory. There's only a few of these in the world, and actually I really like this one. It's pretty sick looking, and yeah, I think it was worth like 2k as well. So here's actually the op Medusa. I crafted the Titan Hollow on it myself. I was able to get a super low float one, but I actually figured out that it was cheaper to craft it than just to buy one that was already like this. So thought I might as well just go for it, have a video on that as well. And here's one of the few skins on my inventory that's not factory new. This one's actually well worn, because well worn is actually the rarest condition on a Dragon Lore, and I got this really cool one with a Neo signature from MLG Columbus. And of course, most of my souvenir skins are MLG Columbus, and this was just so unique, and I really like the sticker placement, so thought I might as well use this as my souvenir op Dragon Lore. It's pretty cool, I think. And this next skin is pretty special to me because the Op Boom was one of the first skins I was trying. It was actually one of the first skins I ever owned for CSGO, and I have some really old videos of trying to craft a Stat Track Factory new one, but no one really understood how the float conditions work there, and we'd only get minimal wear ones. But I tried to track down the ultimate Op Boom. This gun's got a low float Stat Track Factory new, and it's got the Eye by Power Hollow one. It actually looks so sick. I spent ages trying to get one, and after like months, I finally got one guy to respond and sell it to me. So one of my favorite op skins for sure. And my Famas skin is kind of unique because it's got a really rare sticker. It's actually got the London Conspiracy, and it's factory new as well. And there's very few London Conspiracy souvenirs, and the sticker is actually really cool looking, I think. And here's the other Famas I have. I believe I crafted this in a video as well. It's a Famas Spitfire. And even though it's got a pretty low float, it still looks super beat up because you can only get down to 0.06. And here's my Stat Track Minimal Wear G3 Executioner, which is actually the best condition on this, and it barely ever even comes minimal wear. But I managed to get it in a trade up where it wasn't even trying to get it, so that was super lucky. And I think it's the only one someone's ever gotten from a trade up. And here is my other G3 skin. It's actually the Arctic one and factory new with a bunch of the pro stickers on it, because obviously such a pro weapon, of course. And here is my Galil skin. It is the orange DD Pat factory new with the Mao's Hollow sticker on it. So a pretty rare combination, but pretty cool looking as well. And here's my other G3 skin. This one's got a phase sticker as well as the Hiko signature, a really cool looking combination, and it's also from MLG Columbus, of course. And next up we got my M41S, the Hyper Beast, one of the other skins that I used to really want when I first got into CSGO skins, and now I've got Stat Track Factory new super low float one, so it's pretty cool. And here's my other M41S. It's got the Scream signature. It's actually got it's a Titan Scream souvenir night, so I think that's pretty unique. Still has all the original stickers still on it. And here's the Chantico's Fire M41S I have. It's got a 0.005 float, which is one of the lower float ones because this is Stat Track and does not come Stat Track that low float too often. And this is the most expensive M41S I have. It's actually a Souvenir Masterpiece factory new with the Taco signature. I believe this is worth like over 3 grand or maybe a little less now. But either way, here's my M4A4. This one is definitely worth a lot more than I bought it for. This is a non-duped Stat Track M4A4 HAL with an Eye by Power Holo on it. So really unique and really cool. And here's my other M4A4. There's only a few of these in the whole game. It's a Souvenir Radiation Hazard All-Stars factory new, and this one even has the Hiko signature, so super cool. Never going to sell this skin. And other M4A4 is the Modern Hunter. I believe this was like the number 2 lowest float one, and obviously M4A4 Modern Hunter, super rare skin. You rarely ever see it in any games at all. And next up we got the Desolate Space Stat Track Factory new, which I think is one of the best skins in the game. I'm kind of disappointed it wasn't a covert, but I've got a nice low float one here, of course, as you can see. And next up we got my Scar skin. This one's a carbon fiber with the Reason foil on it, again from Katowice 2014, another souvenir. And my other Scar is the Splash Jam one. This is probably one of the coolest Scars in the game. It's also really rare. I believe this is like the second lowest float one or something like that, and one of the lower ones for sure. And this is actually, I believe, still the #1 float SG Bulldozer. I crafted this on video, and it's actually, I think, the coolest SG skin. Really clean looking. And my other SG skin, just kind of another one of those Katowice souvenir foil ones. This one's got Dignitas. Kind of cool looking. I don't like it as much as some of my other ones, though, from Katowice. And here is my SSG. This one's got a JW signature and the phase on it. I think it's the only phase souvenir factory new. And other SSG is the Blood in the Water. I've had a lot of these before. This one's Stat Track Factory new. You get these a lot in trade ups. It's actually kind of easy to craft a low float one as well, which is what I did. And here's my Mac 10 skin. This is a pretty funny one. I bought it a while ago, but it's got 4 different Katowice 2014 stickers. They're not holos, but this is Stat Track Factory New and probably the best Mac 10 in the game value-wise. And my other Mac 10 has got a mouse foil on it. Unfortunately, you can't really see it though, the way he holds it. The sticker is really cool, but the coolest one, you can't really see it. It's still kind of a nice collector's item though. And for my MP7 skin, I've got the Whiteout. I believe this one's got like a, it's not a super insane flow, it's one of the lower ones, so you can definitely tell it's a little cleaner than other Whiteouts, so that's a pretty cool and rare factory new MP7 skin. And my other MP7 skin is really sick. This is actually an iBuyPower foil again. Very few iBuyPower foils. I even added a crown foil on it as well, so pretty sweet looking Dignitas on it as well. And here's my MP9 Bulldozer. I believe it's one of the top ranked ones, at least in the top 5. Got in a trade up when I was just going for Glock fades or this. Either one is actually really good. And here's the skin where you can actually properly see what the mouse foil looks like. Of course, it's super unique and super rare. It's actually pink, unlike the normal one, which is red. So that's pretty sweet looking. And for my PP Bison, I've actually got that Modern Hunter. All my Modern Hunter skins have managed to get super low float ones. I believe they're all 0.060s at least. So that's my PP Bison. And other PP Bison is from the All-Stars match, of course. Get Right signature. I've actually got basically a complete set of the Radiation or the Nuke Collection All-Star skins. That's pretty cool looking. And here's my P90 skin. It's the Emerald Dragon. I've crafted so many of these in trade-ups. I got super lucky in one video. It's one of my most insane videos ever, but this one's got 4 crown foils. Pretty sweet looking. And the other P90 is the Fallout Warning All-Stars with the simple signature. Again, got the full Nuke Collection set, so this is one of them. All pretty much factory new. Even this UMP took me so long to get. I thought it would never drop. I thought I would never be able to complete the set. The only ones I don't actually have are the 2 nuclear threats, because no one ever really got the All-Stars in factory new. But all the other ones in that collection I've got factory new, and this is the last one I got, so I was pretty excited to get that and pretty much completed. And for my other UMP skin, I've got the Primal Saber Stat Track Factory New with a super low float. It was hard to find a float like that because most of them are owned by Chinese collectors, but I really like this UMP skin. And my Mag 7 skin is the Hazard. Well, one of my Mag 7 skins is the Hazard with one of the lower floats in the game, but yeah, this is definitely one of the rarest ones, especially because of the float to get factory new. And other Mag 7 skin is a Kenny S Fallout Warning, of course. Got all the Fallout Warning skins pretty much with Souvenir All-Stars, so that's pretty cool. And here's one of my Nova skins is actually got the iBuyPower Gold sticker on it. All the ones were scraped. I didn't scrape them myself, but I got it like this, and I actually thought it was pretty cool. It's factory new as well. It's the Walnut. And other Nova skin is just the Modern Hunter. I believe this is actually the #1 float one in the game, or that's known to exist. It's got 2 zeros after the 6, so pretty clean. And here's I believe the last of the Fallout Warning skins. It's got the Tarek All-Star signature. I tried to get as many All-Star skins as I could because I think I don't think there's gonna be another All-Star game. So other sawed-off skin though is the sawed-off orange DD-Pat Stat Track Factory New with the LGB holo on it. I believe it actually matches my Galil as well, kind of. And here is my XM1014, which is the Blaze Orange. One of my favorite skins in the game. I really like the Blaze Oranges. And yeah, this is pretty rare factory new skin as well. And here's another Fallout. Actually, I do have one more Fallout Warning skin, the XM Fallout Warning as well. Simple signature, All-Star signatures on it, of course. Just gotta love the All-Star skins. And here's the M249. Don't think I've ever really used the M249 unless I accidentally bought it, but this is the Blizzard marbleized one. And I have another M249 skin as well, though. This is a Katowice 2014 foil one. Both of these skins were pretty much dirt cheap, though, because no one really cares about their M249s, but I want to try to get some at least rare ones from my inventory. And this is the most expensive Negev skin that I believe exists, because I bought it for only like 20 bucks or something. It's actually got the Titan holo on it. I think it's worth a lot more than that now. It's a Stat Track Factory New. I mean, it's not the best Negev skin, but it has the Titan holo on it, which is worth over 3k. So next up, we've got the Negev Anodized Navy, which I don't think I've ever used over the other one, but just to complete my Negev set, I thought I would get this one just because it's sort of rare, because it's such an old skin. There's actually barely any of these still that exist for CSGO. And now onto my knives. I got some pretty sick knives, of course. These are the ones that I've kind of picked up recently. I have like a four knives set up that I'll kind of talk about in a second. They're my main ones, but here are some of my newer knives that are currently holding my inventory, and they're all Stat Track Factory New. These are the Shadow Daggers Ultraviolet, the only ones in the world that are Stat Track Factory New. I don't like the Shadow Daggers too much, but I actually kind of think those are sort of cool. And here's the Bowie Knife Black Doppler Stat Track, or Black Pearl, not Black Doppler. I don't know why I said that, but yeah, Black Pearl Stat Track Factory New. super rare and a pretty sick knife. And this is a skin that I bought a long time ago. I think it's one of the best looking karambit black pearls in the game. It's got a really nice pattern on it, I think. Stat track factor near so rare. And next knife, this is actually my blue gem karambit. I don't know how much this is worth now. I believe I paid like $4,000 for it a while ago, but now I think it might be worth like a lot more than that, to be honest. It's one of the best stat track playside ones in the game, and it's well worn, but still, the condition doesn't affect the blue gems too much. I think it still looks really sick. And here's a knife you probably see in my videos all the time. It's the StatTrak M9 Emerald. Of course, I really got pretty hyped up about the Emerald knives because I used to make like skin combination videos where I always talked about how they should add Emerald knives. So of course, I was super excited when they finally added them, and I bought like the Karambit and the M9. And I later sold both, or no, actually I gave away both of those, but I ended up just buying a StatTrak one, and someone actually beat my StatTrak one because I got the lowest float one, and then someone got one that was a lower float. But just to show the true dedication to the emeralds, I actually bought the one that the guy beat me with. So I just straight up lost some money on that to try to maintain the #1 float. But his actually was a lot lower float than mine, so I don't think this one will be beaten, and it actually does look a bit cleaner. So it's pretty much end game items, so that is pretty sick. So here we have my most valuable knife. It might be my most valuable thing in my inventory. The only other thing that compares with it is the AK Case Harden, but this is a StatTrak M9 Crimson Web factory new. It is duped, but even the dupe ones, I mean, I believe I bought this for like 8K, and then I got offers up to like 18K, but I think they've gone down because I think I saw one on OP Skins for a lot cheaper than that recently. So I maybe should have sold it then, but either way, just decided to hold on to it because it's just such a cool knife and just pretty much the staple of the high tier collector's items. So that's pretty much it, but I do have gloves, and if you're watching the video, you should have seen all the gloves, I believe, with the various knife poses and stuff. But just to read them off, I've got the Specialist Emerald, the Driver Gloves Crimson Weave, the Sport Gloves Hedge Maze, and then the Bloodhound Gloves Snake Bite. They're all factory new, and I actually have made good money owning the Crimson Weave ones because people have offered me a lot more than I paid for those. And yeah, lots of like Chinese collectors and stuff want a lot of those rare gloves. But yeah, that pretty much does it for the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, you can enter the giveaway for the 3 M9 Dopplers, of course, by liking, dropping your trade link in the comments, and making sure you're subscribed. But I'm McSkillet, and I'm out.